Let's take another quick look at Dogecoin. Looking at the chart is definitely looking much better than last week. Even though if we look at how the price have performed over the past week, I mean, it still look kind of depressing. But this is what I think. Dogecoin is very much found bottom at 19.5 cents. It is in the process of this bullish price reversal that could eventually take it up to as high as 55 or even 60 cents. Looking at the 4-hour chart, I mean, the chart is clearly show that Doge right now bouncing off this triple bottom, first bottom, second bottom, third bottom. And now it is in the process of breaking out of the resistance, confirming the possibility for this bullish price reversal. Let's quickly go over this chart. Those spike up to about 44 cents, where it retested this prior high, get rejected. So by getting rejected at this price level, that was really bad because those was forming this bearish head and shoulder pattern. After that, the price broke down, retraced following this downward trend line. Found support at around 16.5 cents. Bounce up, but the minute it tested the resistance, it get rejected. Continue to trend lower, following this downward trend line. Finally found support at this prior low. So we had this double bottom. Then the price finally broke out, crossed over the resistance of this trend line, and started trending up. Retraced, but found support at around 19.5 cents. So 19.5 cents was higher than this prior low, and indications that the price would continue to trend up. And that's precisely what happened. Those continued to trend up, ran all the way to about 35 cents. It get rejected at this point. After that, continued to retrace following this downward channel. The minute it dropped down and retested this prior low at 19.5 cents. So we had this double bottom price reversal. The price then bounced up, broke out, crossed over the resistance of this downward channel, and started trending up. So technically, a breakout of this double bottom should take the price of Doge to retest the prior high, and if there is enough buying support, a breakout from this high should take it roughly to about 50 cents. So Doge trended up, but the minute it ran up and retest this prior high at 35 cents, it get rejected because there wasn't enough buying support. So now instead of breakout and ran to 50 cents, we had this double top bearish price reversal. And that's exactly what happened. The price began to retrace following this downward channel. But then the minute it dropped down and tested the prior low, which is at 19.5 cents, bounced right back up. So we have this triple bottom price reversal. And that is what we are experiencing right now. The price bounced up. There is some pushback. But today, Doge is attempting to break out of the resistance of this downward channel to confirm this triple bottom price reversal. Let's take a look at the daily chart that compare Bitcoin to Dogecoin. As you can see, Doge was trending down. And then there was this big price drop in Bitcoin caused the price of Doge to dive as well. But the minute it tested this little over 19 cents, found support, next day traded higher because Bitcoin was trending up. Then earlier during the next day, we see seller drove the price down, retested this prior low. Buyer step in, push it right back up, ended up closing higher. Very nice hammer. And then the following day continued to trend higher. So we have this really nice green candle. The combination of these two candles indicates a possibility for a bullish price reversal, especially those was in this downward trend. And then now we're seeing this triple bottom. These two candles definitely indicates this price reversal. And then the next day, those try to bounce up, try to cross over the 10 days moving average. But unfortunately, Bitcoin continued to retrace. and that caused the price to drop. Then this morning, Doge tried to break out again. Then again, unfortunately, Bitcoin is under a lot of selling pressure. Right now, Bitcoin is down about 1.5%. That caused the price of Doge to retrace as well. But as you can see, the minute when Doge retraced near 20 cents, buy step in, push the price back up. So right now, I mean, there's definitely this sort of like tug of war between the sellers and the buyer. Doge is trending lower now because Bitcoin is facing a lot of selling pressure. But the minute Bitcoin stabilizes, I do expect the buyer to take charge again and push the price up. So when we look at the near term, there is always a possibility if Bitcoin closed today below the 10 days moving average, there is the potential for the price to retrace. And if that is the case, there is still that possibility that Doge could retest this prior low again. But I do believe that this is very much the bottom. There's a very high probability that we're going to see a major price reversal if Doge ever retest this low. Go back to the 4-hour chart. As you can see right now, Doge is trying to cross over the resistance of this downward channel. Cross over this and trade at 22 cents or above, which technically should allow Doge to cross over and trade above the 10 days moving average, would confirm the reversal of this triple bottom. And technically, Doge should be able to trend up. And the first major resistance would be for it to retest this prior high, which where it formed this double top at around 35 cents. And if there is enough momentum to support a crossover, if those can cross over the 35 cents, then technically the target of this breakout should take those to about 50 cents. And then the momentum could easily push it to 55 or potentially 60 cents. All of the major resistance is right at around 23 cents. Cross over that, 27.2 cents, 30 cents, then obviously 35 cents. This is where the double top occurred. And then eventually to about 42 cents. And then 50 cents. Momentum then could easily push it to the upper end, which is around 60 cents. On the flip side, if Bitcoin continued to retrace, there is always that possibility that those could retest this bottom again. And I do expect it to find support at this level. So I am a little bit more optimistic with Doge. Nothing is guaranteed, but the chart does indicate a possible reversal in price. That's it for this video, and don't forget to click that like button and reward me with a like if you appreciate the content that I'm presenting. Also, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and subscribe, and make sure you turn notification on. And if you have Twitter, make sure you follow me at Vietmaxim, because I provide constant update on all of our favorite cryptos.